Ain't no secret. Should do Eddie Kane Jr. Like, share, subscribe. If you subscribe to me, leave a comment down the video so I can sub back to you. Deuce. Ain't no secret. Should do Eddie Kane Jr. Like, share, subscribe. If you subscribe to me, leave a comment down the post. I'ma sub back to you. Rit. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, welcome back. You know where we at. It's EKJonsports, man. And I got to talk about that crazy, wild game from last night. The Vikings versus the Eagles, man. The Eagles held on to a 34-28 win. So, and for the second week in a row, the Vikings lost the turnover battle. You know what I'm saying? Week 1 loss to the Buccaneers. They gave the ball away 3 times. Last night, they fumbled the ball 4 times, man. You just can't win like that, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to get into, it was a crucial fumble that we're going to get into that I think kind of like was a game changer, like turned the game around, you know what I'm saying? But if the Vikings only have half of those turnovers, they probably sitting right now at 2-0, you know what I'm saying? Now, the Vikings, they 0-2. And they got challenging upcoming games against the Chargers, the Panthers, the Chiefs, the Bears, not so much, but the Niners, and the Packers. The Packers actually look, you know what I'm saying, decent with Jordan Love. We'll see how they are going forward, but the Vikings, they don't want to get too far behind in NFC North, you know what I'm saying? Minnesota's defense was aggressive last night. It definitely was an improved defense from last year, you know what I'm saying? They were aggressive. They made stops, but they were on the field too much. Danielle Hunter was a beast for the Vikings, man. He had 3 sacks and 3 QB hits on Jalen Hurts, man. He was in the backfield causing problems all night, you know what I'm saying? But Philly, they controlled the ball using that run game, you know what I'm saying? That Philly O-line led by center Jason Kelsey. They controlled the line of scrimmage and opened up huge holes for DeAndre Swift, you know what I'm saying, who had a hell of a homecoming. That brother had 28 rushes for a career high, 175 yards and 1 touchdown in his home opener, you know what I'm saying? Swift, as you know, he was traded to the Eagles in the offseason from Detroit. I liked him in Detroit, you know what I'm saying? He's a good back, but he just stayed hurt too much, you know what I'm saying? You know what they say, the best ability is availability, and he was a lot of times not available, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully he could stay on the field because he's a dynamic back when healthy, you know what I'm saying? Devontae Smith had a great game. He had 4 receptions for 131 yards and a touchdown, you know what I'm saying? But our dude with the best agent in the business, man, with the guaranteed money, Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins was doing Kirk Cousins things, you know what I'm saying? Now, he had a good stat line, you know what I'm saying? He was 31 of 44 for 364 yards passing and 4 TDs, you know what I'm saying? The Vikings, they explosive in the passing game, but that run game is lacking with the departure of Dalvin Cook to the Jets. TJ Hawkinson had a big game with 7 catches for 66 yards and 2 touchdowns. Rookie Jordan Addison had a very good game, had 3 catches for 72 yards, you know what I'm saying, and a touchdown. Justin Jefferson, who is working on a contract extension, man. And I saw a fact that kind of like, it made me scratch my head a little bit. Like, the Vikings have always, like, with Randy Moss, when it's time for the money, his contract, they end up trading him, you know what I'm saying, in his prime. Stephon Diggs, same thing. When it's time for him to get paid and in his prime, they trade him. So now people are looking at Justin Jefferson are like, he's trying to work on the deal. They can't come to terms. Are they going to trade this dude? I mean, it sounds crazy, but they've done it in the past, you know what I'm saying? But Justin Jefferson had a good game. He had 11 receptions for 159 yards, but he also had a crucial fumble right before the half. That was a game changer. That was the fumble that I said was game changer. Jefferson caught a 30-yard pass and then fumbled the ball over the pylon with 34 seconds left, you know what I'm saying, in the half. The touchback gave Philly the ball and the chance for points before the half. And they got him position, you know what I'm saying? They set up Jake Elliott for a 61-yard field goal attempt. Now, Jake Elliott got a strong leg. That brother, got a booming-ass leg, man. So that 61-yard attempt would tie his career high, which he set in his rookie season, you know what I'm saying? So, boom. Of course, he nails it to put the Eagles up 13-7 at the half. You know what I'm saying? The Vikings, they were playing catch-up the rest of the game, man. The Eagles, they might have had the steal of the draft in Jalen Carter. That brother was in the backfield constantly, man. And to be so big, he can get you with the power, and he also got a hell of a swim move and get you with the finesse, you know what I'm saying? He has 6 quarterback pressures and a tackle for loss. He, along with fellow former Georgia Bulldog Jordan Davis, man, they were getting penetration up the middle all game, man. Davis had he had a sack, he had a tackle for loss and 2 QB hits. Josh Sweat had a sack and 5 QB hits. So the D-lines for both teams were getting after the QB, man. The QBs were out there on the move, you know what I'm saying? Like, they had, and Jalen Hurts, as we know, he's a little more mobile, but shit, he got sacked 4 times, you know what I'm saying? He couldn't get away from that pressure. But Cousins, he's more of a statue. He was harassed. He was getting rid of the ball, but he was getting harassed all night. And then with the Vikings having no running game, the Eagles could pin their ears back and harass Cousins. But the Eagles, even with Hurts having a pedestrian game, they controlled the ball on the ground, man. They had 133 yards at halftime, you know what I'm saying? And the thing was, they forced Minnesota to bring their safeties up to stop the run, and that's how Devontae Smith got behind, you know what I'm saying, got behind coverage or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Because those safeties were pulled up within 10 yards, all 11 men within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. And when you do that, and Philly, even with all those men and a lot of men in the box, man, Philly was still able to run, man. Philly finished with 259 yards rushing, you know what I'm saying? They outrushed the Eagles. I mean, they outrushed the Vikings by over 200 yards, you know what I'm saying? So we will see if Minnesota can stop turning the ball over in the coming weeks. They will have a game in 10 days against the Chargers. You know what I'm saying? That figures to be a shootout. You know what I'm saying? Justin Herbert, the Chargers, they got a hell of an offense. We're going to see if it's going to end up in a shootout. I'm thinking it's going to be. Philly, they got the upstart Buccaneers, who actually upset Minnesota in week 1. You know what I'm saying? So, and they're going to look to move forward. So we're going to see what happened with Philly. With Jalen Hurts, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, he didn't have to do too much. He passed for 193 yards. He had a touchdown and a bad interception. But man, with Minnesota turning the ball over 4 times, man, you can't overcome it. It's tough to overcome. You know what I'm saying? But the beautiful thing for Philly is that they got a lot of things to clean up, but they still 2-0. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see moving forward how both teams are faring out throughout the season. But hey, that's just how I see it. It should do Eddie Kane Jr. If you're not a Renegade, hit that sub button. Welcome to the Renegades. Dude.